What's up guys, it's your boy Willie Brapp here, and today we are going to go over how to install the Ram X-Grip mount with a 1-inch bolt, and then we are also going to most importantly learn how to install the USB charger and a battery tender SAE quick connector and release for the charger. So stay tuned and we're going to learn how to do this together. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm going to take you through the first steps of how to install the USB battery tender. So what you're going to want to do is first you're going to want to take off your seat, and then to take it off there's going to be 2 bolts, one right here and then another on the same side right here, and I've already loosened them just to make the video a little bit faster. So once you loosen them, they're going to come out with this little like guard ring. Make sure you keep the bolt and that together and just put it on the side so you know which bolt goes where. Do the same thing with the other one. The little kind of protectors, little rings that the bolts go on might be a little bit hard to get out, so just make sure you get them out though. You don't want to leave them in there in case they fall out. And then the next thing for the seat, all you're going to do is literally pull back on the seat. You just grab it and it kind of slides back on you, and what there are on the seat, there's a latch right there and then right there, and that hooks up with that latch and that one, and those are the 2 locking nuts in the back where the bolts go, and that just pops right out. And go ahead and set that down on the side. And so I've already pulled out my manual. I just wanted to see where the battery is since this is my first time doing anything on the bike. I didn't actually know where it was, but for everybody else it is on the left hand of a 2014, and I'm guessing all of the Honda CRF250Ls right behind here. So what we're going to want to do now is pull off the plastics, and I'm pulling off both of the plastics just to make the installment a little bit easier, figure out how to route it and wire it and do all that stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. This first plastic only has 1 bolt since you already removed the seat and that bolt. That also holds in this fender, and you just have to break it loose, and then it should be pretty easy coming on out. And then once that's out, what you want to do is you want to just pull it back from over here. There is a little pop in that goes right in that hole, and you just got to pop it out. And then what you're going to want to do is, just like you did on the seat, kind of pull back, because there are 2, one right there and then one right there, locking little plugs that go into the front part right there. And then what I like to do with all of my plastics when I'm removing them is when I take them off, I put the bolt back in where they came, just so it's easier for me when I'm putting them back on. So what we're going to do from that point is go to the front fender, which is a little bit more difficult to get off. It has 4 of the bolts, and I'm going to skip me taking them off because they're pretty simple. There's 1 here, 1 down here at the radiator, 1 up near the gas tank, and then 1 connected to the gas tank. So I'll be right back. So as you can see, I've taken off the plastic piece, and one important thing to note, there's 3 bolts of, they're kind of like rounded, right there, you can see it. And then there's 1 bolt that doesn't have that rounded part. This 1 bolt goes at the top, which is attached to the gas tank. That's just something important to note when taking it off, so you don't put the bolt back at the wrong spot accidentally. Now coming over to the bike, you're going to want to disconnect the positive and negative terminals from the battery to install your power. Okay, so now that it's been disconnected, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your wiring harness and connect the red and then the black, and then you're going to want to re-secure the cables. And I'm going to also do the fast pace for this. Now, once you have the bike open like this, what you want to do is choose a route for this wire. You can either do it back behind near the airbox over here and then go through under and then wrap it around, or you can go right under the battery through the bike, either right there next to the suspension, or you could go up a little bit farther and do it there. So the route I ended up choosing was under the seat, and then I went through this little slot right under where your seat would be. What you have to do is you have to pull the wires through over here because the connector is too big to fit right there, and then you just slide them on over. And I'm going to end up twist tying it, and then I'm just going to run it up right next to the tank with some extenders that I bought, and I'll show you the box for those in a second. And I'm planning on having it stick out right here. I don't think I'm going to actually put it on the forks. I might though, because if I have enough I could just rerun it, but we'll see. So to just go over the final wiring, as I showed before, connected the negative and the positive, and then on the positive I took a little slit out so it could pop through the top. The fuse is just right there, and then it goes under the seat, over, right around. I did leave in the cap just in case I do have to connect it. That goes behind one of the bolts for the plastics, and then I ran it kind of under next to the throttle wire, and then from the throttle wire I just kept on running it, and then I ran it over here. As you can see, it goes right here. And what I did to secure it is I zip tied it to the bracket that holds the wires, and I did an X bracket on top and then one around the bottom, and then I used another zip tie to zip tie those two brackets together so that it can't fall out. And it's super secure in there, so I don't think we'll have any problems. Well guys, that's it. Just put on the plastics, get your cord and phone of choice with the RAM mount, and secure it, and you're ready to go for a long ride with GPS or music or whatever you want. Well, guys, it's Willie Brap. It's late, so good night. I'm out of here.